A single question to an AI model can burn up to 1,000 times the electricity of a Google search. Now multiply that by 1 billion questions a day. The companies building these machines looked at your power grid and decided they don't want it. So they're building their own power plants instead. This is who pays for that. For 2 years, the AI race looked like a race for chips. That race is basically over. The new constraint isn't the chip, it's the electricity to run it. Take PJM, the largest grid operator in America. It's run the numbers on the data centers lining up to connect and projects that by 2027, it'll be 6 gigawatts short of staying reliable. 6 gigawatts. Roughly 6 nuclear reactors worth of power that don't exist yet. You can already see it in the price. In PJM's capacity market, the cost of guaranteeing power jumped more than tenfold in 2 years. Regulators point straight at data center demand. If you want the clearest map of where the AI boom hits the physical world, that's what I track here every week. Stick around, because Big Tech's response is the part that changes everything. Here's the squeeze. You can build a data center in 12 to 18 months. Connecting new power to the grid takes 5 to 7 years. So the giants made a call that will define the decade. If the grid can't move fast enough, they'll bring their own power. In just the last stretch, the biggest names in tech committed nearly 10 gigawatts of nuclear, more capital into nuclear than in any prior decade in American history. Microsoft restarting 3 Mile Island, Amazon locking up a Pennsylvania plant to 2042, Google ordering a fleet of small reactors, Meta and Oracle building data centers around reactors from the start. They're not buying power anymore. They're building the power company. So, problem solved? Not quite. This move breaks 3 things. 1. The timing doesn't work. Almost every nuclear deal lands between 2028 and 2035. The demand is here now. In the gap, the power comes from somewhere, and that somewhere is mostly natural gas. The clean AI story runs straight into a very dirty bridge. 2. When data centers win, someone else loses. In Ireland, data centers are on track to eat nearly 1/3 of the country's entire electricity supply, for an industry most citizens never voted to host. Pile that much demand onto a grid, and the price goes up for everyone on it. The data center can afford it. The household next door pays the same higher rate for nothing it asked for. And here's where it turns political, in a way almost nobody noticed. If these are the threads the headlines skip, subscribing helps me keep pulling them. Here's the move. 3. The state now treats power like a weapon. In April 2026, the White House invoked the Defense Production Act, a national security law, to declare large-scale grid infrastructure essential to American defense. Read that again. Powering AI is now, officially, a matter of national defense. Put it together, and you get the model the industry calls "bring your own power." The biggest players wall themselves off with private generation. Everyone left on the public grid inherits the strain, the price, and the weight. So here's my call. Bring your own power becomes the default for frontier AI by the end of the decade. The largest data centers run on dedicated, mostly private generation. Gas now, nuclear later. And detach from the grid the rest of us depend on. The bottleneck for AI won't be the chip or even the data center. It'll be the megawatt. But watch the 2 things that flip this. First, the reactors. Small modular nuclear has a long history of slipping its timelines. If those dates slide, and they easily could, then gas isn't a bridge, it's the destination, and nuclear-powered AI was mostly a press release. Second, the grid itself. If interconnection reform actually speeds up, and Washington now has a national security reason to force it, the public grid catches up, bring your own power loses its edge, and the giants quietly drift back to the shared system. For 2 years, we asked who has the best model. The question for the next 10 years is older than computing. Who has the power? So where do those electrons actually come from? Gas? Nuclear? Or something stranger? That's the next episode. I'm Atlas. This is the Chokehold. I'll see you at the next pressure point.